Hey, what's going on guys? This is Apparel and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing a 1-year review of my Specialized Stumpjumper comp alloy. Now I got this bike about a year ago and I've been riding it regularly, especially recently with this great weather we've been having. And I just wanted to make a video to give you my impressions of this bike. I'm going to share with you the things that I like about it, the things I don't like. I'll share with you the upgrades I've made, and I'm also going to talk about a few upgrades that I'm thinking of making in the near future to this bike. So taking a closer look at the bike, here's what you can see it looks like after 1 year of riding. It's got a few small upgrades. Now the very first question I received on my review video was, hey, what size are you riding? And I'm actually riding S4. Now the second question was, hey, how tall are you? I'm 6 foot and S4 works excellent for me. I've had no complaints about it. I would recommend, if you're looking between sizes S4 and S5, go out to a store and try to ride both. And the main difference I heard was S4 was a little bit more nimble on the trails, whereas S5 was a little more stable. So if you have some twisty trails, perhaps consider going with the S4. And if you have some more straighter, faster flowing trails, consider the S5. First things first, let me talk about the things that I love about this bike. First of all, I love this color. I think this is like a sage green that came in 2022. Perhaps they might also have it in the 2023 model. I'm not sure yet, but I love this color. I get a lot of compliments on it. Next up, I love the suspension on this bike. Now the forks here are the Fox 34s. They are excellent. I usually run them all the way open when I'm riding trails. You know, you can also adjust these, and of course these are air compressed forks, so you can tune them to your liking. I've had no issues with them. Now the suspension in the back is the Fox Float Shock. I'm very happy with this suspension. Been doing a lot of drops and jumps and it's running great. The group set on this bike is the SRAM NX. Now a lot of people said that, like, hey, you're gonna get this bike, you're gonna want to upgrade this as soon as possible. I've honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, I've had zero issues running this group set. It shifts very smoothly. I've had my chain come off, I think, one time in riding this an entire year. So unless I break it, I have no plan of upgrading it right now. So the tires on this bike are 2.3 29s, Purgatory specialized in the rear and a Butcher specialized in the front. They got great tread, been giving me great traction. Had no issues with these so far. I think 2.3s are pretty fast rolling tires. This is a big upgrade for me from the last bike. I was running 27.5s on the bike, so going up to 29s, I feel like I'm doing a lot less pedaling and I'm going much faster overall on the trails. So definitely a great tire set. I have no desire as of yet to upgrade these unless, you know, they wear down. So next up, let's talk about a few small upgrades I've made to the bike since I got it. Now the very first thing I did, and that's actually recommended for most mountain bikes that you get as soon as you start, you know, going up to intermediate level, I went tubeless on both tires. Now I've been riding it for about a year, so I had to swap sealant, and I got the orange Seal tire sealant that I refilled into these tires. It came with a very handy tube that you can just insert into your stem and fill up the tire. I got a video you can take a look at if you'd like to see the whole process. I'm going to drop it in the description below. Now the next thing I upgraded after I got the bike was the grips. Now these are Odi Rogue Lock on grips. The reason I upgraded these was that the grips that came with the stock bike, I found my hands slipping on them a lot. They were kind of thin. I was not very happy with them, so I got these Odi grips. As you can see, they got these beautiful golden end caps and accents right here, and they also have like very good and soft raised ridges on them. My hands like grip to these very well. I love these, and I think overall they really improve the handling of the bike. So I also did a video review of these. If you'd like to take a look, I'm gonna drop it in the description below, but I highly recommend this upgrade. Now lastly, the final upgrade I made to the bike was the Downtube Protector. I've installed it almost immediately since I got the bike. I also did a video review of this and installing it. The bike did come without a Downtube protector, so I did want to put something here to help protect the frame. As you can see, it's been holding well, and I like it because it doesn't really obscure the Specialized logo here as much, and I think it works great. I highly recommend getting this. All right, now that I've talked about the upgrades I've made to the bike, the things that I like, let's talk about some of the things that I think can use some improvement on the bike and some of the further upgrades I'm going to be making. So the very first thing that I actually even talked about in the initial video was that I felt the brakes were a bit squishy. Now, it's been kind of a running issue with me. Like, the brakes have not been that great, so I think the next upgrade I'm going to be doing is just getting some better brake pads. I think I can get a little bit more traction on these, so that's definitely going to be a big upgrade for me. I would recommend swapping out brakes and just getting them tuned properly. Maybe as well, that could be the issue, because I have not taken them to a shop to get proper tuning. So next up, an upgrade I would consider is the dropper post. Now, I don't exactly remember how many millimeters it raises here, but at times I feel like I do want a little bit of extra height as I'm paddling on flat trails or uphill. So one thing I would consider doing is upgrading a dropper post to just give me a few extra millimeters here to go a bit higher. The next upgrade I'm considering actually has to do with just really also protecting the bike a bit more. As I'm getting more, you know, advanced and experienced in riding, I'm doing more drops and just riding over larger obstacles and rocks, and at times I found that my chainring has been catching on some obstacles. So I do want to get a chain protector, and as you can see, the bike does come with mounts to install a chain guard. So that's next purchase I'm going to make probably, and the simplest upgrade is I'm going to get a chain guard here, or chain bash guard, I don't know what they're called, but really just something to protect the sprocket and the chain. You know, it's very handy that the bike does come with these bolt-on guards right here. And finally, the upgrade that I plan to make last is to swap out this seat. Now, this is a specialized bridge. I'm not sure if that's the model name. The saddle is rather comfortable, but I find that when I'm going on longer rides, about an hour, I do get a bit tender and sore, and I'd like something a little bit more ergonomic and comfortable. And I also feel like I can possibly just get a lighter saddle. That's really just a quality of life improvement to consider for this bike. All right, so what are my final thoughts on the Specialized Stumpjumper Comp Alloy 2022 model? I've got to tell you, I love this bike. I have no regrets getting this initially. This is the kind of bike that, you know, you put in your garage and you come out and you just take a look at it, and it's the kind of bike that makes you want to pick it up and go for a trail ride. And, you know, at the end of the day, I think that's what matters. You really want to get a bike that you really love, that it's going to want to make you go ride it. There's certainly some small upgrades I can make to it, but if you've been on the fence about, you know, the Stumpjumper, I think Specialized have been really doing a great job improving this model. I'm not sure exactly how the 2023 model looks like, but I think they made some small improvements. But even if you can find the 2022 model, it's excellent. I recommend going for it. I'm going to be riding this for some more time, and hopefully you guys can tune into my videos and watch my ride throughs. Now, I'm at Santos, like I mentioned. I'm going to go ride some trails, do some jumps here probably. So if you want to stick around, watch some of that ride footage, check it out. If not, then just leave a like on the video, subscribe to my channel, and I really appreciate you guys watching today. So I hope to see you again soon.